All that middle stuff is bullshit. Like people just live in life commenting to each other, losers talking to losers about dumb shit.
One time, you already know. I'm holding up to somebody smoking some bullshit. It smell bad. We outside of Foot Action out here in New York City. What you here for?
I'm here for Gary V's K-Swiss sneaker release. Hyped all day for this.
Tell me straight up, is you here for the shoe or is you here for the knowledge?
I'm here for the knowledge, man. I'm here to interact with Gary V. I might not even buy the shoe because I'm not a big fan of white shoes.
Like, you know, you see all these other like entrepreneurs that are out there like how to get money, but they're standing in front of their Lambos and stuff like that. It doesn't, you know, it's
don't
not
resonate with you.
Yeah, it's, you know, I can't relate to that.
It's kind of like somebody from the top, you know, throwing something down instead of coming down and giving you the game to bring you up.
Yeah, I appreciate
he's 100% real.
I appreciate his rawness and his grind and his willingness to just do what we need to get done, and so I'm very inspired by that.
What have you taken from Gary V that's helped you in your life?
Positivity. I had tons of negativity in my life, in my childhood. It was just tons of it, and I go through therapy and all my self-work, and inside this I had Gary, and he gave me tons of positivity, and I'm here, you know, after all this stuff, this shit from childhood, I'm here to say him thank you for his positivity. It's awesome.
So you just gave me some positivity. Now give me a hug, girl. That's what's up.
One of the most things I learned from this guy is that the only thing that could get you in here is work. And we're talking about genuine work, hard work. There's no cheap way. So what I've been doing, I've just been working, man.
That's what it boils down to.
So I'm definitely big on Gary V. He helped me through a very crazy moment in my life. I mean, just about a year ago, I was homeless. I was literally asking people for change.
Now you went Versace and shit.
I stopped doing heroin. That's how that happened.
So he helped you basically battle an addiction all on his own.
Yes, well, a lot of other things, but that was a big factor that helped me change my life. It was watching these videos and, you know, getting introduced to a new way of life like that.
So let me ask you this. What would be the one question or one thing that you would tell him, ask, or you know, you got one moment. What are you gonna do?
I've been thinking about this all day.
Oh, I know a lot of people have.
You know, he's got this one line that he likes to say that you have to learn how to love eating shit, which basically he's implying that like, oh, you have to be very patient, you have to, you know, love grinding and like doing monotonous shit that's not fun to get money in the end, but you know, and I want to ask him like, how do you learn how to eat shit? Because that's kind of, you know, it's kind of hard.
So I'm gonna get right into it. Clouds and dirt.
Yes.
This is your third sneaker with K-Swiss. You say that clouds and dirt matter, not the in-betweens of what's going on. Yep. What is the in-between that you say doesn't matter? I
think, you know, there's a lot of terms I use for clouds and dirt because thematically it always comes through, but for me it's mindset and then the execution, right? This, why are you doing things? Are you in a good place? There's a lot of themes for clouds, but it's up here, this. The dirt is the grind. So many people are not willing to put in the work. I love when people are like, oh, I thought of Uber before of Uber. I'm like, good, then you should have done it. Right. Like everybody's got ideas. This is about execution. Like I have ideas of going to the gym, but if I don't go to the gym, nothing's gonna happen. So to me, I just think that everything besides the mindset and why and how and how do you feel and the actual work, all that middle stuff is bullshit. The dwelling, the contemplating, the blaming somebody else. Like people just live in life commenting to each other, losers talking to losers about dumb shit. And I'm not trying to hurt feelings by saying, but that's what it is. Like what, you know, and so I'm trying to put pressure on that. Okay. So the middle fucking pisses me off because it's where everybody hides with their excuses.
Okay. If Nike is to world-class athletes and Adidas is to like, we'll say pop culture, what or who is the association, you know, linking up with you, the K-Swiss? K-Swiss is
entrepreneurs. Fucking entrepreneurs. Like, I remember when Jordans came out because I hated them with all my heart. Kids put those Jordans on and I never put Jordans on. No Jordans, mom, in the house, 0. Because I literally remember this. I'm giving a shout out to Greg DiTomaso. Greg, I hope somebody who knows you pulls this up and forwards you this video. I remember Greg DiTomaso, freshman year of high school, putting on Jordans, and I swear to God, he literally changed his entire behavior. He literally thought he was Michael Jordan. And I'm gonna say this is a big shout out to Greg DiTomaso. Greg DiTommaso got better at basketball systematically because his demeanor changed, his mindset changed, and he put in work. He didn't go to the pros or anything like that, but people laughed at him freshman year, and he fucking started senior year, and there was no reason he should have. Not only he started, he was probably the best team player on the team. Our team sucks shit, but that's a whole different story. If one person puts these on, thinks about what I'm trying to drill into their dome, and gets a little bit better at what they're trying to achieve, then I've won, because admiration is the currency for me. I've come to realize in my older age.
Right.
And the way you get true admiration is making impact. And quickly I love doing things that are high risk, high reward.
Okay.
I know the culture. I knew that as soon as I announced it, there was gonna be 28 to 60% of people being like, this fucking guy, that's whack as shit, what the fuck? Like shitting on me, shitting on K-Swiss. I knew it was coming. I knew that if it failed, it was gonna be a very public L, right? That like in 6 years we might be talking here in a business forum and the person would have been like, yo, real quick, I know you're fancy now, but let's go back to when you really fucked up with that stupid sneaker thing. But I also knew that if it hit, that the upside would be remarkable.
At this point in the game,
Yep.
which you have basically accomplished and achieved so much.
Yep.
How do you stay focused, and what are some of the things that you can tell people out there that aren't at this stage in the game to get to this stage in the game to maintain their consistency?
I don't hear my accomplishments. At this point in the game, it feels exactly like the beginning of the game felt like.
Okay.
I just don't hear it. I don't know what to tell you.
Even with all of the people, the following.
I know what's happening.
You're aware.
I'm aware.
Okay.
But there's a big difference of being aware and actually embodying it and letting it affect you. To me, my ROI, like the thing that I live for, is the process. The people that win in life are the ones that found the thing they liked the most and it sustained their lifestyle. The reason most people fail is that they want a lifestyle that their love doesn't support because they worry about other people's opinions of them in their lifestyle.
Okay.
These fucking Joneses that I want to find.
Right.
I look at everybody in here and I don't envy, not because I don't have stuff, it's because I don't know what the fuck's going through their head.
Right.
I don't see somebody rolling up, fly to the club with cash rolling out of their eyes. I don't know if they're upset here.
Right. You definitely are a showman indeed. I've definitely learned a few things that I've applied in my day-to-day.
You know the best part, when we met, I knew you were gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm trying.
But I mean that, my man. That's what inspires me. There's a lot of people that came through line today. I did not get the sense they were gonna do it. They needed a pep. They needed a jolt. They used me as like an energy drink, and they're gonna feel tremendous for about 45 minutes to 6 hours. But tomorrow they're not. And that's okay, because I'm gonna put out another piece of content tomorrow. A video, an audio, the process. But when we met, I knew you were gonna take some of the subtleties. I could see, you could tell that the shit that I was telling you, it made sense. Even though it didn't make short-term sense.
No, it registered long-term, definitely. Like the whole foregoing monetary gain to basically reach
attention.
your audience.
That's right.
Yep, it's definitely worth more.
Boxing used to be huge in this country.
Yeah.
You know why it got smaller? Everything went to pay-per-view. You didn't see it anymore. You had to pay for it.
Yeah, I stopped liking boxing. What is some advice? Because I just actually took a piece using your advice. I just did my first questionnaire on Instagram where they can ask you questions and you get to respond to all of them.
Value.
So I actually dropped a hint that I was gonna be talking to you today. So he asked me, this is actually a question from, he said, I'm starting at square one as a designer.
Yep.
And he wanted to know, what was some advice that you have for him? He's 17 and he's starting at square one. What is some advice that you have for him? Basically, he has no clouds or dirt yet. So
go work for somebody that you admire for free. You want to be a fashion designer?
Say that last part though, the for free thing. You gotta please say that again.
Oh, I will. If you want to be in the fashion business, you need to DM Virgil and be like, I will work for free for you for 5 years. You will then have to live with a roommate or 6 in a fucking shithole.
Oh, I can attest to
and
that.
eat shit.
Yes.
But guess what happens? You wake up at 28 and you got something, right? You got to drive a car and work in a hardware store for a decade, and then all of a sudden you could be something. But the problem is most people don't want to eat the dirt. because they think they're fancy. You're fucking entitled out here. People think that somebody owes them something. Let me tell you something about the word free. It makes winners pay attention. My man, I think people should be paying me to work for me. I understand that everybody who just heard that said, this guy's a fucking asshole. But it doesn't mean that I'm joking. Like it's unbelievable to me with all my success that I sometimes go, you know what? And I don't give anybody cosigns, but I say, man, it's probably a lot. Would I pay Jeff Bezos $500,000 to work for him for a year? I wouldn't, but it's scary to me how much I'm considering it, which means it's right. And so, what would I tell 17-year-old kid? That at 34, you're still young as shit, which is double the life you are now. So the idea of eating shit for 24 months to get close to the sun that you aspire to be is the most practical shit I believe in the world. But everybody's so quick to get a new Supreme bag or look fresh in front of somebody or have their own apartment so that they can look cool.
For the gram.
You know? Everybody's so quick to have a big night out so they can put it on the gram and look like they're living that lifestyle. You're not tricking anyone. And if you are, you're tricking another fucking loser. Because winners know exactly what the fuck the score is.
You got like magic powers, Gary. I'm gonna be honest with you, because when we had our conversation, a lot of the stuff you said, it wasn't like it was super over my head or like shit that like people out here couldn't resonate. You wasn't teaching trigonometry, okay?
I don't think it's complicated. I just think it's so what I actually believe that when people spend time with me, they're like, oh, he's not kidding. You know, like all of a sudden, you know, if you listen to me, you start taking jewelry off real quick because I'm shitting on that. You know what I love? I love people that fucking swag out and front on Instagram 9 posts in a row, but the 10th post is that Jay-Z post.
Wait, what's the Jay-Z post?
The Jay-Z post that I give a fuck about is the Jay-Z post young with all this jewelry and all his swag, and now Jay-Z with a black t-shirt, and it says one guy here is worth $1 million, the other one's worth 400 million.
Right.
And so the same people don't even realize how ridiculous they look. They're swagging out and faking it, but then they're posting like, yeah, this is my shit right here. Look at Jay-Z, he's humble. You're not humble.
Right. Well, Gary, man, yeah, put right on. But nah, man, we gotta wrap it up, man.
Okay.
I appreciate you, Gary. Again, thank you for taking the time out. I'm pretty sure we'll meet up again at another.
Again, my guy.
Yeah, you know, we friends now, so I'm blessed to have you as somebody that I can literally, you know, take away, because like I said, I understand the position that you in, and a lot of people out there, they look up to you and they come to me like, well, what did you learn from? And if I could be an instrument to help other people get to where they're going.
Please.
Let's
you've
keep
got
it
all,
going.
my man, you've got all the pieces.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You.
Appreciate it, man. Well, there you have it. I'm your host, Rax Hogan. This has been your edition of Complex News, and until next time, we'll see you. Squad. Now y'all can clap. What happened? What's up?